The NFL has got to come up with a new way to select these all-pros and Pro Bowls because Daiyan Henley not getting selected last year is absolute highway robbery. And I went on the Bolt Bros podcast to really rant about it and talk about it and talk about how impressive the Chargers linebacking core is going to be this year. Potentially 2 all-pro linebackers with a second-round pick with as much potential as any linebacker sitting behind them that everyone's forgotten about, that we are going to remind you about in today's free agent podcast tour video. If you haven't been following the channel, I've been going around to all of the podcasts that I know. Anyone that will invite me, by the way, my Instagram DMs are open and bringing the best clips back to my channel. So if you guys want to go and check out the Bolt Bros, the links will be in the description to their full podcast. But here is our conversation about the Chargers linebacking core and specifically about how fucking good it's going to be this year. I'm very excited for linebackers this year again. With the Junior Colson thing, like you said, rookie year kind of martyred with bad luck. Also, keep in mind that linebackers typically take a few years in the league. Yes. This isn't something that's abnormal for a linebacker to take. That's why we gave Kenneth Murray so long. We just kept going and again because this guy has all the physical attributes. One day it might click in the head and it all work out. And that's probably what's going to happen with Junior Colson, considering his coaching staff from college that made him so great there is here. Yeah. So what will be the reasoning that he's not going to transition after, our former all-pro linebacker Denzel Perryman's gone? That's why I'm so excited about this group, is that you have Zero, who's obviously our premier linebacker now. You have Six, who has put in at the top, especially when it comes to stopping the run and chasing down rushers, top production at the linebacker position on the inside in the entire league in his career. We haven't seen it in a few years from him. And then that potential of Junior Colson coming up. And then I think a few guys behind them even that could show out, shine, and make this roster by surprise. So I'm pretty excited for the linebacker group. Like you said, I think he should have made the Pro Bowl. He probably should have made a second team All-Pro last year with the numbers and stuff that he put up. That's just more hunger, more motivation for this guy to go out there and get it. Watching him play football is so much fun. And that's what a lot of players on our team bring. You need that kind of energy at linebacker that Daiyan Henley plays with. And an LA kid too. That makes you proud. LA kid. Growing up in LA, born and raised through UCLA and then to the Chargers.
And he's funny as hell too, man. Yeah. Again, just always smiling, super cool dude.
That was it. I was slipping on the fourth linebacker. Troy Dye is still there.
Yes. Yeah, Troy Dye. Yep.
He could put in reps if you need him to.
Yeah, and we do have Denzel Perryman as well too. Denzel is back. Exactly. He's dude. He's a run stopper. He's just a big dude. So, anyways, Kyle, what's your thoughts on the linebacker crew a little bit? Again,
I mean, I'm
Elite 9 as well too.
Right, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Junior Colson can do. Because look, Daiyan Henley didn't have a really anything kind of first year, but then his second year was obviously amazing, incredible and stuff. So if he can step up in a big way, just like Daiyan Henley did this year or last year, whatever, so we'll have an amazing linebacker core right here now, coming up, especially with Denzel Perryman. Look, let's be honest, he's probably on his way out. This is probably his last year, and so he's going to mentor. Daiyan Henley's going to mentor Junior Colson a little bit more, and then obviously he's going to have to ride off into the sunset,
Dude, they're gonna execute him in the field or something. What are we talking about? Sound like he's like right off into the sunset. I see it. Golly, dude.
I'm saying he's leaving. Yeah,
retire. God, okay.
Retire.
Older.
He's getting older. Shoot.
Well, his reps should come down, right? Because Junior Colson should play more this year, just being healthy, being out there, hopefully throughout all of camp, everything. So his reps will already start to come down. What I love about Agent Zero the most is it's very hard to find linebackers with that kind of coverage skills. That's right. The Chargers really made a mistake letting Kaiser White walk a few years ago. They should have went with Kaiser White instead of Kenneth Murray. And that's I know that was your first round pick, and you're trying to hope that this guy works out. But Kaiser White had the cover skills that we needed in the middle for our defense to thrive. And Agent Zero's got Fred Warner-like coverage skills, like having a safety in the middle of the field. It freaks me out to think he's going to improve. It does. Yeah. He's going to be better.
Yep.
He's going to turn all those passes that he bats down and undercuts and just barely gets his hand in there into interceptions. He's going to turn all those 2-yard gains into 2-yard losses. Let's go.
So couple interesting notes, and I did do a video on this like a few weeks back, but as far as the undrafted free agents, before I move into the offense, I just want to state there's 2 players that actually were given guaranteed money from the undrafted groups. You guys know who the 2 players were? In the chat, do you guys know who the 2 players were that were actually given guaranteed money as an undrafted player?
As an undrafted player?
Yeah, so in our undrafted class this year.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. Maybe Raheem Sanders. Yeah, I think.
No, so Raheem Sanders is one.
Yeah.
He got $55,000, by far the highest, which you might say, well, it's not a lot of money. Especially in California, it's not a lot of money because the taxes are high.
In sports terms, yes, that's not a lot of money. But
yes.
That's literally, for people who aren't in California, that is how much you make on 100K. I'm just saying.
Yes, exactly right. You get, actually, funny story about that too. We're going to talk about this guy later. I'll talk about his number also. The other guy is a cornerback, Nico Reed from Oregon.
Interesting.
And a lot of people think Nico Reed looks good as well too. I could probably do a video on him as well. I think I talked about him briefly in a video probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it isn't. So anyway, I just think it's kind of a cool. Those are the 2 guys that right now has received guaranteed money. Because again, if you're undrafted free agent, you're just signed on as a weekly contract, and it's like, well, we don't like you anymore. You got to go. Bye. Or fill the spot with somebody else, right? So I think it's interesting that those are the 2 guys that actually are getting given guaranteed funds, which I thought was interesting.
Well, I can understand for the cornerback side of things because, like, while we do have some really amazing cornerbacks right now in Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart, it's still a bit of a shaky position in my opinion because look at that. What group do we have there right now? We don't have many veteran cornerback. So we got that one guy we just got from the Pittsburgh earlier this year.
Dante Jackson.
No,
he's good. He's good too.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
And then you also got Juiced, Benjamin St. Juiced, who's really good too.
And
good
then
body.
Of course,
I think that's our slot.
Yeah,
I think that's our slot corner right there. I think Benjamin St. Juice is going to be the starting slot corner unless we make a signing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But then of course, Asante, like people brought him up as whatever, like, and I think that it's a done deal. That there's no. He's not coming back. He's just unsigned. Yeah,
I think even when you go watch Jesse Minter's press conference and how they're talking about wanting Derwin James to play slot so he can help in run defense. I mean, they're basically saying like we don't even want a corner to play slot anymore. We want someone that can tackle and play linebacker at slot. And we signed 2 6'2" corners. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear that they don't want Asante Samuel Jr. back.
Yeah,
short. And not only that too. It's an easier spot to blitz from, right? Because then the safety could come down and just man that guy up as well. But that's an easy
Asante's,
spot. Yeah,
he's not going to be a great blitzer.
He's too small. Blitzer. And don't get me wrong, Asante, he fights with the heart of a lion, dude. He's amazing. Like he's not the biggest dude, and he's incredible. But dude, it's a physical league. This team clearly wants big freaking dudes. They want big dudes, and
we are the biggest team now in the league.
It is.
Yeah. I did a study.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I put a post out on it. I forget the exact numbers, but we are the biggest team in the league on average by height and weight.
That's right, guys. Size matters.
Blue chews not needed, guys.
That's right.
Blue chews not needed. Well, actually, interesting.
You guys need to get them on as a sponsor. It's probably not that hard. I mean, Blue Chew. I see ads everywhere.
I know. Come on. You guys want to get bolted up for the game, literally and physically? Get you a Blue Chew real quick.
You guys are out there giving Blue Chews pregame, and it's just like this is like the worst idea ever.
Hey, all the Bolt Bros fans are bolted up as they walk into the stadium.
Oh my God, what's going on here? Oh,
you just like notice like why is everyone standing in line but like 2 feet away from each other?
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic with something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.